Hi there, my name's Tom and this is a video review of the Tru Spec Tactical Response Combat Shirt. This goes hand in hand with a written review that I put together for the folks at the Bar Army Navy store. You can check out that review at armynavyblog.com or you can buy this shirt from those guys at vtarmynavy.com. Okay, as you can see, the construction of this shirt is a little bit different. It's intended for military personnel or airsoft players or paintballers who wear some form of body armor or a chest rig or plate carrier over the top. So the body has basically been constructed with the intention of managing comfort and managing moisture control, where the outside, the sleeves and the shoulder, the yoke is more traditional BDU type styling. Okay, as you can probably figure out, this shirt is made of two different materials. For the core, you've got what's called Cordura base layer, and that's, you can Google that and find out all about it. It looks and feels a lot like cotton, but it's actually a nylon cotton blend, and apparently it outperforms cotton. It dries better, it wears longer, all kinds of good stuff. So, and the big important thing, if you're active service or you find yourself in real military or real harm's way, this shirt is no drip, no melt. So if you are exposed to a flash fire, this won't turn into a big lump of molten plastic that's going to peel your skin off. It's just going to burn like cotton wood, I guess. And then you have, for the sleeves and the back yoke, you have another nylon cotton blend, also made by Cordura, but this is much more traditional BDU type material. Has a ripstop weave in it, and as you can see, mine is multicam, sand and multicam. Comes in ACU, comes in solid colors, digital woodland as well. A whole range of colors that you can find at vtarmynavy.com. Okay, one of the things that I wrote about in my review was the fit of this shirt. It is a size large that I'm wearing, and I'm actually 6'2", a little over 6'2", and have fairly long arms. I have 36-inch sleeves, so on a dress shirt. And they're okay when they're by my side, but when I start to reach, I find that there's a fair bit of exposure here as the sleeves start to ride up. I also find that each sleeve has an extra patch of fabric here put on the elbows for wear resistance, but the problem is, this is where my elbow is, this is where the patch is, elbow patch, so not something I get to take advantage of. But other than that, I find it to be a good fit through the chest. I wanted something that was going to be fairly close fitting and wouldn't have a lot of excess fabric, so that's why I chose the large over the extra large. Right, now we're going to take a look at some of the features of the shirt. First, we'll duck back to the sleeves again. You can see that each cuff has a hook and loop closure on it with a tab. You can cinch these down pretty tight there to keep out unwanted brush and twigs and leaves and stuff getting up there. But also, for me, with it being short and it being summer here in Maine, you can loosen it and you could get a fairly good roll on this sleeve. And that's what I'm going to do right now. Okay, sleeves rolled up now. Let's look at some of the other features of the shirt. Well, on each sleeve you've got, at the top you've got a pocket. Obviously pockets on the chest would be useless when they're covered up by a body armor, so Tru Spec decided to move the pockets up onto the side. They're fairly large, but as I mentioned in the review, they're not actually hugely practical. There's a nice bungee here to grab your zipper and open them, but just getting into these pockets is a little awkward, and especially reaching down to the bottom. Once I get my hand in there, I can get it. But it's not something that you want to be diving in and out of all day, but you've got one on each sleeve right there. The next thing would be the large patches you've got, or the large hook and loop patches you've got that you can put your unit and other patches on. As you can see there, on one side, on my left sleeve, you've got a big 4.5 by 3.5 inch patch here. I've got my Airsoft Team Spartan Assault, check them out, Monmouth, Maine. And then on the right hand you've got 3 different patches, one for a 6-inch name tab. I've just got a 4-inch name tab on mine, but it is 6 inches. You can have rank in there. And at the top you've got a basic flag patch. Here, of course, I've got a Union Jack instead of the Stars and Stripes because that's where I'm from. And I think that pretty much covers it for features, and we'll move on and take a look at it with the plate carrier on. Alright, now here's a shirt with its intended accompaniment here. It's got a plate carrier, my Condor plate carrier over the top, and I'm an airsoft player, so that's why I have this rig, and that's the context of this review. This does give you a good sense of just how much of the shirt is still left exposed over the plate carrier. I'm fairly tall anyway, so the plate carrier doesn't exactly cover a lot of me. I think if you're a little smaller, you're going to find more complete coverage over the shirt. Of course, that fabric is intended here. It does get very hot underneath the plate carrier, and mine isn't even a real plate carrier. It doesn't have plates in it, of course. So in the real deal, I'm sure you would appreciate the comfort that this fabric offers. The one trade-off with this Cordura base layer, I said it's a lot like a cotton jersey t-shirt, and while it apparently outperforms it in a lot of areas, it's not perfect. It does tend to stretch out a lot, particularly around the collar as the day progresses and this thing starts to slide around a bit. Then it gets pulled around and it tends to look a bit saggy by the end of the day. It is a low maintenance fabric, low maintenance product, so you can throw it in the wash or warm wash and tumble dry it and it all pulls back together. But what I've seen used in the Cry Precision product, the Black Hawk product, and a couple others is something more akin to Under Armour, and that certainly cinches everything closer to your body. But of course, you've got that trade-off there. I doubt they perform as well in the flash fire situation as this does. Of course, as an airsoft player, flash fires aren't a huge consideration for me, so I would have maybe liked to see that choice of fabric. But again, I don't want to dismiss this as a cheaper alternative to those others. Whilst it is a lot less expensive, it's still a very well thought out product. It's a technical product. You know, these are technical fabrics that they've used both in the body and the sleeves. So they've put a lot of thought into it. It's just not 100% perfect. So those are my two main issues with it. It's the fit for me wasn't ideal, but that's something I experience everywhere. And this fabric is not 100% perfect, but I'm still glad I bought it. I still think it's a great deal, and hopefully the information I've presented here and in the written review is helpful. So again, you can check out that review at armynavyblog.com, or you can go and purchase one of these shirts or something like it in a different color scheme at vtarmynavy.com. Thanks.